Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. Streaming live on a Thursday evening, bringing you the Pacific Rim Championship, Season 2, Round 6. And we are at Blue Moon Bay Speedway, the Hash Brown. It's lovingly named. So we're on oval racing tonight in these Group 3 cars. The format is 2 40-minute races. The grid will be the reverse of the championship table, and they'll race for 40 minutes, then take a short break, and then line up for a rolling start in the same positions they finished the first race, and start the second 40-minute race. It's like a safety car comes out in the middle. It was done for replay reasons, as the championship was meant to be an hour and a half racing, but the replays you can't share over an hour, so it was condensed down to this format. And there is talk for the last race of the season we might do the 1.5 hour, its original format. Now there is rules. The medium tyres are the main tyre for these guys. They are allowed to use a set of softs and a set of super softs, but that's over the whole round and only the once. And we have seen that in the first part of this racing, of this round, in the first race, the sim racers opt to go with those medium tyres with a one-stop strategy, and then they go into the second race using the super softs and the softs. Whereas I thought they'd divvy it up. I thought they'd use the medium for as long as they could, and then use either soft or super soft, and hence in the next race. But no, the way it has gone is they prefer to get those medium tyres out of the way and use the softs and the super softs in the second part of the race. We'll have a quick look at the stream chat. Turtle saying good evening. All well. Yes, all good, thank you. Mama Homesick saying evening thingy, nice day. It was lovely. I was doing stuff in the garden, preparing for the great move for the bunnies, or the bunny, sorry, the great move for the bunny to go out of the conservatory because now it is too hot, to the back of the garden where it's fox bait. And Muddy in the chat saying good evening, Mr. Thingamajig. Well, hello there, Koi. Hope you are well. So let's have a look at the table. We've got roughly 2 minutes until the race will start, so we'll look at the championship table right then. Here we go. Homesick Alien is leading the championship by 88 points. Not by 88 points, he's on 88 points. He's leading by 12 points, because Skyjacker is in second on 76 points. Liam Anfield is in third on 73 points. Now, Liam Anfield has missed a round, so he's very much in the fight here. And when the drop scores come in, we'll see a truer picture. Then we have Bunny in fourth on 58 points. Digital Blasphemy in fifth on 57 points, but I believe Digital Blasphemy has even gone as far as deleting GT Sports off of his console, so he will not be taking part in any GT Sport game or league this going forward. He's waiting for the GT7 leagues to start, which I've got a feeling they're not far away, Digi, so just hold on. But he's in fifth on 57 points. Pat is sixth on 54 points, so Pat in a great position there to overtake Digital Blasphemy in the championship table. Seventh is Barry Twins on 45 points, and remember, we call him Barry the Oval Twins. I don't want to big him up too much going into this race, but Barry has so far great form on the round circuits. Turning left is Barry's skill, special power. Eighth is Noxie on 36 points. Turtle is ninth on 30 points. Rivixter is 10th on 27 points, and Rivixter looks like one of the fastest today in practice. Jokers is 11th on 18 points. Ranger is 12th on 18 points. Electric is 13th on 14 points, and UBD is 14th on 8 points. That's the table. We've been asked if we're ready, and the countdown is starting, so we are imminently going to the beginning of race 1. And depending on who is here, there will be a reverse championship order. So it looks like no electric. It's Jokus on pole with Rivixter behind him. Noxie next, Barry Twins in 4th, Pat 5th. But it's an oval, so really they want to hold back. That is terrible shot. That's not too much better, but we'll deal with it. See more cars from the off when we get the lights on the go. I mean, I've always thought maybe. There we go. It's green lights. Seeming to make a fair start. Oh, we've got a big one there. Liam Anfield absolutely flew sideways. I don't know what happened to Liam Anfield there, but there was a big one. I'm guessing red flags will be called. We'll see. If Liam Anfield's called a red flag, I don't know who he hit or who hit him. But we're looking at Liam Anfield right now. Oh, it was a Toyota for show. I'm not sure which one. But yeah, big moment off the grid. Rivixter still leads from Jokus. No, Rivixter has taken the lead from Jokus, sorry. Bunny there in 3rd. It was Bunny that he got hit. He's not called a red flag. He's quite happy to carry on. Skyjacker in 4th in the Toyota. Pat 5th in the Corvette. So Pat, top American driver. Maybe, no, Jokus is the top American manufacturer at the moment. Noxie there in 6th with Homesick Alien in 7th, and Liam Anfield some 4.5 seconds behind. Homesick Alien has got a tow buddy with Noxie. He can get up behind Noxie and push Noxie along, where Liam Anfield has no one. And Barry Twins also have not a great start in his Toyota. It's a long race, and they do bunch up again at the 40-minute mark. But yeah, Barry Twins and Liam Anfield need to work together somehow. Liam Anfield just looks like he's flooring it and hoping for the best. But Homesick Alien, if he gets past Noxie, there's still a tow on offer from Joker. So yeah, but it's all about keeping in the tow in oval racing. Rivixter at the moment, though, without a tow, he's pulling away. Bunny's up into 2nd place. Joker's now down into 3rd. Pat's battling it out with Skyjacker there. Skyjacker moving up into 4th with Pat now down into 5th place. We're sat on board with Pat. Noxie's only 1.5 seconds behind these bad boys. But this is what the tow's doing for him. They're pulling him away from Noxie and Homesick Alien. And I assume now there's a bit of bump drafting going on. Possibly, no. Pat using it as a fuel saving device. He's lifted quite a lot. Sat behind Skyjacker's tow. Skyjacker's got himself ahead of Joker's now. Joker's slipping down into 4th place. And Noxie is within 7/10. I suspect there's a bit of bump drafting going on down here. 6, no, he's Homesick Alien. Possibly he's also deciding to use this as a bit of a fuel saving exercise, because that fuel is already down to half a tank. So let's have a look at the field. Rivixter under half a tank of fuel on the racing mediums. Bunny in 2nd place. He's dead on half a tank of fuel on the racing mediums. Skyjacker into 3rd, just over half a tank of fuel on the racing mediums. We've only raced 3 minutes, guys. And there's going to be a lot of pit stops, I think. There's the Dodge. He's going to lose the position to Pat. They're side by side at the moment. Jokus and Pat in their American manufacturers. And they've got Homesick Alien and Noxie right behind them. Homesick Alien choosing Pat for the tow. And it's pulled Homesick Alien up there into 5th place ahead of Jokus and Noxie. Homesick Alien making a big leap there. Liam Anfield still playing catch-up, but he's not getting the tow, you see, so it's just too difficult all the way back there. Barry Twins 6 seconds adrift from Liam Anfield. Rivixter 1.8 seconds. He's still maintaining that ahead of Bunny. Ahead of the 2 Toyotas, should I say. The 2 Toyotas there line up in 2nd and 3rd. Pat in the Corvette in 4th place. Noxie in 5th, so Noxie's made a great leap there. And now he's up into 4th place. And Noxie, a man on the move, but his fuel's low. It's next to Pat. Pat's on a quarter, so yeah. Noxie definitely a couple of laps shy of the guys around him. Skyjacker also doing very well on fuel. very well indeed. And as Noxie peeled off to the pits, Noxie has come in for that early pit stop, and he's out of sequence, which helps him no way with the tow. Liam Anfield, he's carrying on around. Noxie will come out behind Liam Anfield and Barry Twins. And these two just need a little crowd to help them boost along. With Rivixter now losing 4/10 to Bunny behind him. And Skyjacker still conserving fuel a little bit, I believe. On board with the Corvette of Pat. It's closed up to Skyjacker, a little bump to help Skyjacker along. We've got Homesick Alien 1.7 seconds behind Bunny and Skyjacker, both deciding to go in right at that moment, and Rivixter. Pat staying out with Homesick Alien, and the question is, will that help? Homesick Alien, if he can catch up Pat, will get a bit of a tow. But yeah, very, very tactical out there at the moment, these guys pitting. Look, Skyjacker still had quite a lot of fuel. He's going to jump all of those in the pit stop with the amount of fuel he had on board. So Barry Twins up to passing them. Liam's decided to pit as well. Rivixter, who was leading this race, is behind Skyjacker. Skyjacker, having to put the least fuel in, the shortest pit stop, has made him leapfrogged him, Bunny and Rivixter. Bunny as well, having more fuel on board when he pitted. Homesick and Pat both come into the pits now, same as Jokers. And we assume Barry Twins will be in as well. Barry Twins still okay with fuel though in that Toyota. And opts to stay out, to take the lead. Barry the Oval Twins, not the greatest start from him. I think it's going to be a difficult one for him to get anything out of this one today. Jokers, Homesick, Pat all in the pits, and Homesick Alien had a little bit more fuel on board. He should get away before the other guys. Skyjacker technically first when Barry Twins pits. Bunny having to fend off from a very lively Lexus today. Rivixter on the move. Homesick Alien did jump Noxie and Jokers. Jokers and Noxie are having a to and fro, I think. Side by side, going around the oval. And there goes Barry Twins into the pits. Barry Twins is into the pits now as we're on board with the Dodge Viper of Jokers. And they've got a Pat catching them up quite swiftly in his Corvette. Barry Twins not out of the pitch yet. I think he's going to go back to last place. He does. I don't know. Oh, there's Pat in the tow, giving, I think, a little bump draft to Jokers then. Jokers being very wary behind the Lexus. And it's tight driving from these guys, looking back from Jokers at the Corvette of Pat. It's a mighty fine looking car. Another little bump draft from Pat, trying to help Jokers along. And oh my lord, look who's back in the fray. Here comes Liam Anfield, flies through. No messing around whatsoever from Liam Anfield. He's got points to score, and he's not going to wait around for it. Oh, but there goes Pat going through as well. What's going on up at the front? Skyjacker, Bunny, Rivixter, no change there. Homesick Alien trying to catch that little crowd up. Then we have Jokers ahead. Oh, Jokers and Noxie having a coming together there. But they're still standing strong. Noxie's gone ahead of Jokers. Jokers back in the tow. Coming back at Noxie. This is a lovely little oval fight we're having here. And Liam Anfield trying to get out the way of the Lexus, going around the outside. He's going high. He's going high. And Liam Anfield makes it work for him. Gets ahead of Noxie. And now he is behind Jokers, with Pat following him through. Great little battle we're having down here. And Barry Twins not having the best of luck here at the Oval. He's some 12 seconds behind this battle. In the chat, Digital Blast me saying, evening mate, need a co-host. Oh, it's a bit late, we could have done. Digital Blast me saying, pitting after 7 laps is way early. Way early, you would have made it last. No, you shouldn't have deleted GT Sport, did you? You could have still raced. I know the cars feel different. I understand your thinking, but still. Noxie then we're on board with in the Lexus, trying to find that sweet spot on the Corvette ahead of us. Liam Anfield back in the fray again, in 6th, just ahead of Pat, and Jokus running it a great strong 5th place in his Dodge Viper. Up ahead, Skyjacker, Bunny and Rivixter, no change there. And I believe Homesick Alien is the man in 4th place. Pat's going for a move on the Honda of Liam Anfield. And those American cars are looking quite swift, with the Dodge Viper in 5th and the Corvette in 6th. Great driving by all around the oval. 40 minutes, we're only 10 minutes in. Still got 30 minutes of racing here. And can they maintain this level of speed and stamina? Oh, and a Skyjacker looks like he's under threat from Bunny. Rivixter sitting in that sweet spot as well, on board with the Rivs, as he chases Bunny and Skyjacker around. The two Toyotas have looked rather strong in this season, it has to be said. I mean, it's a Mazda that's leading the championship with Homesick Alien, Skyjacker in the Toyota in 2nd, and Liam Anfield in the Honda in 3rd. Bunny has missed a round, so when the drop scores come into it, it'll be interesting to see where he sits. He has had a win. Bunny, I think he took the win last week. I believe we were at Big Willow, and I think he was dominant in his win. Homesick Alien sitting there in 4th place. Seems to be just waiting for his moment as well, behind the Lexus of Rivixter. And there's no movement up here between these 4 cars. Skyjacker. And again, they'll be looking. And Jokus is in the pits. That seems relatively early, but he is out of fuel. So Jokus is in. Noxie, he's quite low as well. They are sucking up through this fuel quite fast. Quite a lot of fuel being consumed around here. Pat holding on to that 5th. Pat doing okay with a 1/4 of a tank. He must be doing some, well, I don't know, it's not even short shifting. Are they even shifting gears? I know there's a slight braking at turn 1. See, there's turn 2. No brakey whatsoever. Turn 3. No brakey needed either. And then on to the straightaways. Liam's gone in, so has Noxie. Pat stayed out with Homesick Alien and the leaders, and Pat's not too far behind that lead. This is a beautiful oval race. Here's Barry Twins, was that? Returning back to the track. Is he a lap down now? Poor Barry Twins. It's not the outcome he wanted. These guys will pit ahead of him, so he'll be back on the lead lap. Oh, and I missed the one you were meant to brake for, to see how much braking. But I don't think he changed down gear anyway. That's what I was waiting for. So no gear changes here. So to fuel save is quite tricky. Does a lift in the final corner. Does Pat. He's coming in as well. So Skyjacker stays out the longest with Rivixter and Homesick Alien. It's the battle of the fuel tanks here at Blue Moon Bay Speedway for round 6 of the Pacific Rim Championship. The first 4 racers took part on Japanese soil, and the Japanese manufacturers are dominated. Then we've moved over to the Americas, and last week we were at Big Willow, where the Toyota was absolutely, Bunny's Toyota I mean, was supreme. And this week, it looks like it's the Toyotas again. Liam Anfield might still be in with a shout somewhere. He's changed it back to mediums. They're sticking with the medium tyres. But they're not going to use, they're going to have to use medium tyres in that 3rd race. There's so many pit stops, unless they opt not to change tyres in the pit. And I don't know how that works. I don't know if they're required to change tyres. It's just allowed to use 1 set. But it does say something about a pit stop. A stint is classed between pit stop to pit stop. So they might not be able to just leave the same tyres on with those softs and the super softs. I think they can only use them for a stint, and as we're seeing, these fuel tanks not lasting very long at all. There's Skyjacker into the pits with Homesick Alien already pitted. When did he pit? He's jumped Bunny in the pits. Rivixter losing out, and Liam Anfield up into fourth through these pits. Liam Anfield already getting through his tank. So on a different strategy. Who stayed out? It was Homesick. Oh, so chatty. I didn't notice that Homesick Alien and Bunny both pitted, or Rivixter should I say, pitted before. And there we go, Skyjacker. What's he lost from this pit stop? Nothing at all. He's still at the top of the pile. No, Homesick Alien comes through. Homesick Alien's through. Bunny's through. Liam Anfield is up into third. Skyjacker down into fourth, just ahead of the Rivs. My word, what a surprise there. So Homesick Alien, the Mazda, leads the way with Bunny, the last week's winner, round winner. And then we've got Liam Anfield, who was the championship leader until he missed a week. So he still wants to score well, because when the drop scores come in, he's going to be back in the action. Sat on board with Skyjacker. We've got Rivix to 1.8 seconds behind us. Then Pat in 6th. Jokers in 7th. Noxie in 8th place. But the big question is Skyjacker. But Skyjacker can go longer than these guys. It's all going to be about strategy. Liam Anfield will be the first to pit ahead. He's got the least fuel on board. Homesick Alien and Bunny. It's a tough one to call. Rivixter back in the action from being like 1 point something seconds down, now right in Skyjacker's slipstream. It looks to me that Skyjacker easing off that accelerator, trying to save fuel where he can, but stay with the lead cars. And Rivixter making his way by. We've got 23 minutes left of this race to go. We've just hit the 17-minute mark. We've already had, what, 2 pit stops? 3? 2. Homesick Alien leads the way. Everyone stayed with the mediums. I'm not sure we might even see the softs or super softs in the second race. It seems like these mediums, comfortable enough for these cars. And I think we've noticed on ovals before, you don't get a huge advantage from softs or super softs against the medium tyres on ovals. So, and now we've got a lovely little 2x2 ahead. Rivixter just jumping, flying ahead of everyone now. I think there's a lot of fuel saving. I think strategy is key today. Liam Anfield up into second place. He was calling for a red flag like 2 seconds after the start of the race, after being hit by, it looked like Bunny, and now he's running in second spot behind the Lexus of Rivixter, just ahead of the Mazda of Homesick Alien. Bunny in 4th place, carrying on that battle with Skyjacker, the 2 Toyotas facing off. Pat is in 6th, and he's kind of on his own. He needs to catch that crowd up ahead of him, get in their toe and don't let them get away from him. Noxie in 7th. He's lost the toe to Pat. He's 28 seconds ahead of Jokers, and Barry Twins might be able to find himself a toe buddy. Barry Twins doing the fastest lap on lap 20, and he's doing it again. Is he getting some sort of toe from Jokers? He might be. I don't know. It might be a longer toe at ovals. Oh no, he's gone for racing softs. There you go. So yeah, Barry Twins splashing out and using a set of his softs and super softs allocation. He's getting fastest laps, and he's getting himself back into the action as he catches Jokers up. Rivixter still leads the way in the M&M's liveried Lexus, doing a superb job at the moment. Let's have some fancy shots. Meow. So you have Rivix to lead in with Liam Anfield in 2nd, Homesick Alien in 3rd, Bunny 4th, Skyjacker 5th, Pat in 6th, Noxie in 7th. Oh no, What's changed? Bunny slipped behind Skyjacker. Oh. So Skyjacker's got himself ahead of Bunny, but I think these two just using each other as tow buddies. Liam Anfield and Rivixter both enter the pits, as does Pat. All's very low on fuel. Homesick Alien takes the lead, but Skyjacker, remember, he can stay out there the longest. He pitted the latest in that last round of pit stops, and Skyjacker just under half a tank of fuel. Bunny there on just under quarter of a tank of fuel, and Homesick Alien on a quarter of a tank of fuel. So Skyjacker sitting pretty with a nice chunky fuel tank. Noxie back up into fourth, but he's going to need to pit his next route around. Rivixter back on track ahead of Liam Anfield. Great for Rivixter there. Maintains position ahead of Liam Anfield. And Rivixter's gone for the super soft tyres. Rivixter's gone for the kill. He's going in for the kill. This is the one. He's going to do him. And are the other pit stoppers going to react? Do they know? Do they know he's got the super soft tyre on? It does tell you, as you can see, Noxie, as they exit the pits, you can get a quick flash of the tyre, but you've got to be eagle-eyed to catch it. See Noxie in the pits at the moment. Rivixter goes up a position, so does Liam Anfield. Pat also. And Barry Twins trying to show you as they leave the pit. He's topping up, right up. There you go, as he leaves. And it's medium. Yeah, it just stays as medium for him. Bunny also in the pits as well. Homesick Alien still managing to squeeze some more fuel out of that Mazda as Skyjacker chases him down. And, that was a lovely shot there of the Toyota. So in the chat, wow, I'm missing loads of chat. I do apologise. Gosh. Digital Blasphemy says times 5 fuel should do 15 to 20 laps. Less time in pit is best. Less time in pit is best. Flashman says evening all. Hello Flashman. Digital Blasphemy also saying no brake need for turn 1, a lift and a downshift. So fourth is all you need. Skyjacker saying one stint, stop to stop. Yes, about the soft tyres, so it's stop to stop. It is one stint. That tyre rule, they can't not change the tyres in the pits, and he had to do that in his pit stop, I'm sure. Turtle, you can follow with engine map 2 in the tow, and Digital Blasphemy saying I never touch fuel map, short shift and lift coast. Turtle saying I think second round mediums and racing super softs will be used. So Rivixter then, what's going on? Well, Rivixter riding the wall a little bit there. Skyjacker's come into the pits. Rivixter's burnt through half a tank of fuel already. He's got the fastest lap of the race, and he's going to put this one to bed. Liam Anfield, he went back out on the mediums. He's nearly 5 seconds behind Rivixter. Rivixter might have pulled a blinder here. Homesick Alien also putting on the medium tyres. But what's the point with Rivixter of winning this race? That's why they're not putting their super softs on. All you're going to do is win pole position for the rolling start of the next race. And Skyjacker's in the pits. I'm sure he's going to put medium tyres on. I think they're going to save those faster tyres for the next race. But Rivixter, he's done a cracking job. This is what we're going to see in that second stint. And Skyjacker comes out of the pits. He's behind Homesick Alien, ahead of Bunny. And Bunny on the medium tyres, Skyjacker on the medium tyres. Homesick Alien's gone for the medium tyres, and so has Liam Anfield. Rivixter, though, you can see how helpful the super softs have been. And I was there earlier saying not much difference, but it's not going to gain him. It's going to gain him nil points. And he's used a set of super softs. How's Barry Twins? He used the set of softs, didn't he? He's still out there. But he's ahead of Jokus by nearly 6 seconds, but still trailing Noxie by a long way. And it's cost him a set of softs. Rivixter then leads with Liam Anfield in a second spot ahead of Homesick Alien. That's the big news, that Liam Anfield has managed to get ahead of Homesick Alien, but Liam Anfield using a lot more fuel up than the Alien at this point. And Skyjacker sitting pretty there in fourth place with plenty of fuel on board. A little bumps to Homesick there from Skyjacker. They've got Bunny in the mix and Pat. This is fantastic stuff. We're sat on board with Pat's Corvette as he's looking very closely at the back of that fast lane conveyor belt Toyota, and now he's looking at the back of the Jack Daniels. Rivixter's come into the pits. That's it. He's used his super softs. Can he maintain that lead for the rest of this race? We've got just under 15 minutes to go. And I'm not sure, Rivixter may have gone early with those super softs. It's exciting, very exciting, but I don't think it's going to gain him much. And Rivixter back out on track ahead of Barry Twins and behind Noxie. He's waiting for everyone else to make their pits. Just coasting a little bit behind the Alien, staying in the slipstream, preparing for turn one. It's a little dab on the brakes from Pat, down to fourth gear. Corvette though, very understeery, probably just needs it just to get the front end in a little bit. And there he's back on the back of the Mazda again. And this is a delicious little battle we're having here with Liam Anfield now leading from Skyjacker. But Skyjacker knows a little secret that the other guys don't know. He's got shed loads of fuel. Bunny in third place with Homesick Alien in sixth spot with Rivixter in seventh. He's gone super softs. No, he's broken a rule there, I believe. He's gone for another set of super softs. I don't think you can. So I'm not sure if Rivixter has... They look worn to say he's only just come out of the pits, so I think he's tried to keep a same set on. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on with Rivs. He did have super softs on, didn't he? There's Barry Twins still using his soft tyre. And Jokus in sixth place on the medium. So Liam Anfield leads this little troop at the front on the medium tyres. Skyjacker on the medium tyres. Bunny on mediums. And Homesick Alien mediums, Pat on the mediums. I think it's like a 30-second penalty for using an illegal set of tyres. So Rivixter might be finding he's going to end up with 30 seconds added to his time. And I would guess at the end of the race, at the end of the second race. Just sipping my gin and juice. No, my warm beverage, my hot beverage. It's lovely. Liam Anfield still leads from Skyjacker though. Bunny in third. These three breaking away from Homesick Alien at the moment, but I think Homesick Alien realising Skyjacker's got an advantage with that fuel. And yes, Homesick Alien has virtually saved that fuel back into the same as Skyjacker. It's not much difference. Liam Anfield will be disappearing into the pits this time around. His fuel is a flash in. Skyjacker will set to take the lead. Bunny will be in not long after Liam Anfield, maybe a few more laps. He's got about a quarter of a tank of fuel on. Homesick Alien, very clever indeed with fuel management, has managed to get himself on a par with Skyjacker. Noxie there, he's going to be in the pits this time around. And Rivixter, we're not sure what's going on with Rivers' tyres. He definitely pitted. I don't even know if he put fuel in. He's down to a quarter of a tank already. He pitted on lap 31. So, I don't know. Can you burn through that many tank of fuel that quick? I suppose you could if you're going full pelt. So Rivixter there in fourth as Liam and Noxie into the pits. Bunny leads now, so Skyjacker losing position. Maybe Skyjacker now dropping behind the Alien. Try and save fuel. It's going to be about strategy at the end of this race. It really is. Who's on the better strategy? And it's a tough call. I can't tell how long they've met. I've not really looked into how long they're making these tanks of fuel last. I'm just getting washed away with the race. So I don't know if Liam may have to make another pit stop. 10 minutes to go. And Pat also on the same strategy as Liam, and giving Liam a lot to think about is Pat. And is that enough fuel to get to the end of this race? That's the question. 10 minutes left. And these two have made their pit stop. Bunny, he's still got a few laps left in that car. Homesick Alien is towing Skyjacker, and I think Skyjacker... Oh, Jokers has gone. Jokers has gone. Bunny's gone into the pits. Bunny's gone into the pits now. Homesick Alien leads the race with Skyjacker in second. Rivixter's back into the pits. Should we watch what tyres he does? That was weird. He's barely used those super softs. Bunny's into the pits as well. Liam Anfield making his way around the oval to retake third, or can Bunny get out ahead of him? And the ribs, I'm sure he's run super softs twice. We'll see. Again, he's not changing his tyres, he's kept the same tyres on, but that's not what the rules say. I got that mistake, but Skyjacker definitely said it's stop to stop. So yeah, Rivixter, he's not putting new sets of super softs on, but he's not really, that's not what you do, I'm afraid. So yeah, Skyjacker, you may have to message him and say, I think you've got the rules wrong a little bit, just a wee little bit. And there we see they're coming up to put a lap on Barry Twins. Skyjacker going for the lead on Homesick Alien. It's the battle of the fuel tanks out there between these two. Bunny's the next out, so Bunny got out ahead of Liam Anfield. That's big news for Toyota. And Bunny out ahead of Liam Anfield. Liam Anfield down to 3/4 of a tank already. Pat is almost on half a tank with 8 minutes to go. That's and Pat's virtually used half a tank of fueler. So no, I've got to make another pit before the end of this race. Oh my G. Oh my gangster. Skyjacker then a 10th ahead of Homesick Alien. Bunny in third with Liam Anfield 4th, Pat in 5th, Rivixter in 6th, he thinks he's found a loophole, but he's going to come a cropper. Noxie in 7th, catching up with the Ribs as well. Pat's into the pits. He knows that he's going to have to make another stop. He's making it earlier rather than later. Interesting strategy change. Skyjacker then leads the way with Homesick Alien with just over 7 minutes left. They've both got about 1/4 of a tank of fuel, and it is a game of chess. A game of chess at 100 and... Well, let's see how fast they get at the end of this straight. It's 168 mile an hour game of chess that Skyjacker and Homesick are playing out there at the moment. Unbelievable stuff, cracking. Then we've got Bunny fending off from Liam Anfield. Let's have some fancy shots of Bunny and Liam Anfield in their battle. As I finish off my hot beverage. Not so hot beverage. Too much chitty chat. And at the moment, Bunny doing just enough to keep Liam Anfield at bay. And the question is, with just over 6 minutes remaining in this first race, does Liam Anfield have enough fuel in the tank? He's just no, because it was 10 minutes he had a full tank left of racing. 4 minutes down from that, he's on half a tank. He's a minute short. He's going to be a minute and a bit short at the end of this race, Liam Anfield. He needs fuel. I think he's going to need fuel, I'm afraid. What a shot, though. Beautiful stuff from the drone, carrying the camera at Blue Moon Bay Speedway. Beautiful shot there. Cracking stuff. With Liam Anfield in the only lone Honda in the field. It's definitely a striking livery if ever there was one. And there's big questions out there, big questions. Here's Skyjacker. His fuel is now flashing. 5 minutes remaining. Homesick Alien in the same boat. They are both coming in together. Bunny's on half a tank of fuel. Is that enough? 5 minutes left. Liam Anfield on half a tank of fuel. Can these two stay out for the remaining of the race? Rivix there on half a tank of fuel. Noxie's on just a quarter of a tank of fuel. He's caught. Oh, Rivs up. He's giving Rivs a bump draft to keep him going. And Bunny's making his way round the final corner. What's happening in the pits? Skyjacker's on his way. Homesick Alien's been released as well. Bunny's coming down the straightaway. Skyjacker's back out onto the track. Homesick Alien also in second. Bunny stays in third. And Liam Anfield in fourth. And oh, what's the fuel situation? Skyjacker has gone a little bit halfway between half and 3/4 of a tank. Homesick Alien, he's gone more to 3/4 of a tank, so Homesick Alien's got fuel to burn. He lost a second to Skyjacker in that pit stop, but he's got fuel to burn where Skyjacker may not have. We've got 4 minutes left of racing and this is intense. Bunny in third. I think he's trying to look after that fuel all the way to the end. So's Liam Anfield. He's dropped back from Bunny. You can see he's trying to save that car. He's got 3.5 seconds on the Ribs, but I think Ribs is going to be carrying a heavy penalty come the end of this race, and Noxie's getting a beautiful draft from Ribs. He wants to catch up Liam Anfield, but Noxie's not got enough fuel. Maybe he's just using the Ribs to save fuel. This is cracking stuff, and there goes Skyjacker getting a crafty little tow from Barry, the Yeovil twins. Sorry, Barry twins there in 8th. We lost Jokers. And Skyjacker then still leads. Homesick Alien 1.6 seconds behind. We've only got over 3 minutes of racing left, and Homesick Alien, he can't get any closer to Skyjacker. I think Barry Twins has helped him out no end. There is Liam Anfield. He's got everything turned down on that car, and Rivix has pulled in a second already. Noxie's had to go into the pits. He knows that's not enough. Pat's going to move up. Is he? Pat's going to move up into 6th place and possibly get 5th after Rivixter gets a wrap on the knuckles for his tyres. And the Homesick Alien 1.1 second. He's trying to close the gap. Bunny's too far away. He's trying to save fuel. He's trying to see the checkered flag, as is Liam Anfield. And Rivixter is closing in on Liam Anfield, but it's the same fuel. So if Rivixter can burn it, so can Liam. Skyjacker at the moment maintains that lead, as they've still got 2.5 minutes left of racing here at Blue Moon Bay Speedway for round 6 of the Pacific Rim Championship. And Skyjacker 9/10 ahead of Homesick Alien. Bunny in third. He's 6 seconds shy. Liam's dropped 2 seconds behind Bunny. They're looking after their fuel. They're trying to bring the cars home. Rivixter, he's kept the same tyres on for most of this race. He's around in 5th. Pat's in 6th. Noxie's come back out of the pits in 7th. Barry Twins in 8th place. It's just not been Barry's race, and he looks like he's done the same. He's kept on the tyres. They've misread the rules. I'm pretty sure I read the rules as a stint is classed from pit stop to pit stop. That is what I thought I read. But these guys think they're just not changing the tyre means they can keep on using them. Skyjacker then leads the way 1.2 seconds ahead of Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien down to a second. What's it going to be? We're down to 1.5 minutes of racing. That's nearly 2 laps around Blue Moon Bay Speedway. Bunny's fuel still doing okay. So's Liam Anfield. Rivix not getting any closer to Liam Anfield. I think Liam Anfield's got his 4th place pretty much sealed off here. And Bunny's fuel's flashing. But there's only just over a minute left of racing to go. Homesick Alien closing in on Skyjacker. We're sat on board with Homesick Alien as he gets the tow. He's got to time this to perfection. They get another lap. And they might even get another lap after this. Homesick Alien's going 1 lap early. He's going for it, but they might have to do this lap and another lap. Or maybe Skyjacker's had to back off for fuel reasons. He has. Skyjacker's on fumes. Oh my word. Oh my dearie me. Bunny's he's all right on fuel at the moment, but Liam Anfield's close back up to Bunny because Bunny's trying to make the fuel last also. Homesick Alien is now towing Skyjacker around because Skyjacker has got nothing. There's 20 seconds on the clock. They're coming around the final corner. Will they cross the line with more time left? Which means they'll have to do another lap. There's 10 seconds. They're definitely going, and Skyjacker's backing off. He's trying to see out the clock. He's seeing out the clock. Will that help Bunny and Liam Anfield? Skyjacker's trying to stop the car. He's out of fuel, but he's going round. He's out of fuel, and he's got to go round. Oh, my word, but the clock's gone, so Liam Anfield finishes in third. He gets that position from Bunny as he crosses the line, and Bunny in fourth place. Rivixter there in fifth, but I think the stewards will be having a word with him. Pat in sixth, possibly fifth after Rivixter gets demoted. Noxie in seventh place, and Barry Twins in eighth. He's behind these guys though, isn't he? So Homesick Alien comes around to take half a win. Super stuff from Homesick Alien. Skyjacker crawling, how painful, for second place, and Liam Anfield, take a boo, my son. Barry crosses the line in eighth spot, and will Skyjacker beat the countdown? That he's actually driving. He's not slow like all the others that have crossed the line. He can't even catch up the guys that have crossed the line. Look, is that a Corvette in front of him? No, that's Barry Twins in front of him. He can't even catch him up. How painful, Sky. No. You've got to do the walk of shame. You did the wrong map. All the way around. Come on. You did it. Skyjacker just giving it a bit of a... Oh, it isn't Barry Twins up ahead. It's Pat. Skyjacker trying to find a little bit of fuel in the pipe of that Toyota. He's got second place though, so super stuff. Although Liam Anfield probably argue I would have caught him up one more lap, bit more time, but it's all a little too late now. And Skyjacker comes home for a fabulous second place. I mean, there's ways of getting a podium, and then there's ways, isn't there? And just cruising around that final lap to take your second place. Superb stuff from Skyjacker. Cracking race. There he goes. Come on, hurry up. Got to go for a fag, man. What are you doing? And there he goes. Whee! Skyjacker finishes in second. Super stuff. Oh, there he is. Homesick Alien. No trophy. That's for the next race. But he's got his reef, and he's got his dead sexy car sitting just behind him. I will take you to the race results, and we'll have a quick look at the stream chat. Wow, that was exciting. So, in the stream chat, Skyjacker saying sorry all. So he was texting whilst driving, officer. Naughty boy. And Pat saying, this will feel like the longest 2 miles ever. It was. Skyjacker was just cruising along, saying, yeah, mofos, I got second, so suck it. So, Homesick Alien takes the half a win. He takes the win for this first part of the race, but there's no points for that. He's got to do it again in the next 40-minute race. Skyjacker coming home in second. Slowly but surely, he got there. He could have had the win today. It was all about fuel, wasn't it? The Homesick Alien Skyjacker were playing a high-speed game of chess, and it was very interesting. Liam Anfield, what a comeback to grab a podium position in his Honda. Bunny in fourth, looking after that fuel at the end of the race. Them Toyotas don't seem to be able to make that fuel last as well as some of the other cars out there. Rivixter in fifth. Bad boy Rivixter, thinking he's found a loophole with the tyre rule, but I think the stewards will be having a word in his shell like. Pat in sixth for Corvette. A great result with Noxie in seventh, And Barry Twins in 8th, also thinking he found the same loophole with the tyres by not changing them. Excuse me. God, I hope that wasn't loud on the stream. But yes, a stint is classed from one stop to the next stop, not when you decide to change the tyres. Rivixter got the fastest lap, but I don't know if he'll hold on to that. I don't know how they could do anything else about it. They're going to sit there looking through all the replays to see what the next fastest lap time was. It was probably Rivixter anyway. So 43.284. Let's see if Skyjack has given us a time, because man alive, 10 minutes, that's awesome stuff. Oh, what's the matter? Someone share replay, please. Well, Pat says he's on the replay, so I won't. And Bunny saying to Liam Anfield he was on fumes. They all were, man, they all were. Oh, maybe it was Barry Twins that had a bit of a spin off of the front line. There's no points for it, Liam. You're starting in 3rd. You're all right. You're all right. You'll be fine. Has anyone entered? Noxie's entered. Good on you, Nox. No one's out, though. Right, you're going to sit with the Noxie and hope he's going to go out, and I'll be back because we've got a 10-minute gap. So I've got to be swift. Swift and be strong. Stream. Hello again, it's me. So, welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. We're just getting warmed up for the second part of our evening's racing for you here at Blue Moon Bay Speedway for two 40-minute races. And they've already had one of those 40-minute races where Homesick Alien was triumphant. And that means he'll be starting this next 40-minute race at the head of the pack. It could be a rolling start. Now, a few of them, I think, Barry twins. So I was just reading a bit of the chat there, sorry. Well, Barry twins, what's this Y business about, man? I thought you were a Brosif. And Pat with the Y as well. What's the chivvy going on? What's this business? These Ys are creeping back, aren't they? I don't understand that. How that's made a comeback. How that's got back into fashion. But Homesick Alien, he was the man in the last race. And it was all down to fuel in the end. So this one's going to be very interesting. With the addition of the softs and the super softs, I think the only guys to use them in the last race was Rivixter, who I think we've seen in the chat. I think he's River Dazzle, because he said thumbs down. Then he said, to be fair, I can't see where it says that. I used mediums once and super softs once. And then he said, never mind, I found it in the general rules and regs. Meh. Yeah, they hid them, didn't they? They Skyjack. You have to ask them to make the rule clearer. I did have a quick look. And it just says one stint. But I think at the beginning of the season someone asked for clarification of one stint, and it was said stop to stop. It's classed as a stint. So Homesick Alien leads them away with Skyjacker in second place and Liam Anfield there in third. So Homesick started on his medium tyres. Skyjacker's started on the mediums, but Liam Anfield has started with the softs. So Liam Anfield's intention is track position early doors with Bunny on the softs also. Pat, we're having a battle down here with Pat in fifth on the mediums. Barry Twins making his way on the super softs. Rivixter, he's on the mediums also, with Noxie Stein on the super soft. So we've got a mixed field. This is going to make it very interesting. Homesick Alien at the moment is doing super well on his mediums. Liam Anfield already catching up and disposing of Skyjacker with his racing softs on, and the question is, how long will they last? Skyjacker then in third place. Bunny on the softs as well. He'll be trying to get track position. This is what it's about with these softs. There's a short time that they can keep them on. It's what, less than 10 minutes in a race? So yeah, they've got to use them for something like gaining track position. I'm guessing Homesick Alien, he's saving his soft and super softs for his last two pit stops. Liam Anfield already starting the race on softs. He wanted track position, but he's not quite getting it from the Alien yet. But does he want to be lead man on an oval at the beginning? This is the question. Skyjacker in third place. Then there's a whole squabble behind with Barry Twins, Barry the Oval Twins, making his way up into the lead. He's going for it. He's pressed the nitro. He's gone. He's saying, you guys save your fuel. I am out of here. Liam Anfield up into second place. And the soft tyres, they must have just warmed up and got into their sweet spot, because now they are the fastest guys on track, with Barry Twins leading from Liam Anfield. Homesick Alien in third on his medium tyres, with Skyjacker sitting tucked up just behind him in fourth on mediums. Noxie coming through on his super softs, and he'll be wanting to get up ahead and onto that trail of the cars ahead of them. Bunny on his softs, he's dropped down a little bit there. Bunny dropping down into sixth place behind Noxie. And there is Pat, he's on the mediums, and Rivixter on the mediums as well, not quite keeping pace with the guys ahead of him. But Barry Twins is the man, Barry the Oval Twins. That first session, just a little test session for him. But he also may be carrying a 30-second penalty, we're not sure. Well, it's down to the stewards and their inquiries. But it did look like he kept a set of softs on through a pit stop. Big no-no. Naughty boy. Liam Anfield then. These guys using up their faster tyres early on. Then we've got this whole crowd behind with a Homesick Alien in third, Skyjacker fourth, Bunny in fifth, Noxie in sixth, Pat in seventh. Let's get on board with Pat as he's right there in the thick of the action of these 5 cars ahead of us. Bunny getting ahead of Noxie just about. They're side by side all the way around Blue Moon Bay Speedway. And there's nothing in it, and Pat getting a lovely tow off the 2 cars, opting to stay with Noxie for the tow, gives Noxie a little bump into the corner, a bump draft. Perfectly legitimate move in oval racing, just to try and push the guy ahead. Getting closer to those 2 fighting, which we see Homesick Alien and Skyjacker Bunny managing to get back ahead of the Corvette. And I saw Jocus in the Discord chat. He said his nipper, his little one, got sick, so he had to bail. He had to bounce. So good luck, Jocus. I hope your nipper is feeling better. Nothing worse than a sick child. It's hard to explain to them why they're ill and that it's not forever. It's just a short while. So there we see Pat going for the outside line on Bunny, but not enough grip out there. He bails out of that one. Bunny's on those super soft tyres, so he's got loads of stick, got loads of grip. Barry Twins still leading. Barry Twins still leading this race. Skyjacker's got himself ahead of Homesick Alien just about. And now Skyjacker is in third, Homesick Alien in fourth. Probably wants to do a bit of fuel saving behind the Skyjacker. There is Noxie holding ground in fifth, with Pat sixth and Bunny down there in seventh, and Rivixter slowly catching them guys up. Then we have Barry Twins and Liam Anfield out in 7 seconds ahead of the rest of the field these guys have got, and that is great for track position when the pit stops come. But Barry Twins already down to under a quarter of a tank of fuel. Liam Anfield, oh, he's saved a good amount of fuel sitting behind Barry Twins. Barry Twins really sacrificing his fuel tank, being out there in the lead, and he is carrying Liam Anfield around. And Liam Anfield managing to save fuel. He's got half a tank of fuel, just under. Pat's up into third. Where did Pat come from? So Pat's just jumped up into third. He's just under half a tank of fuel, with Skyjacker dead on half a tank of fuel. Homesick Alien just around about, just over half a tank of fuel, but it's dead on virtually. Noxie on half a tank of fuel as well. So these guys have saved their fuel rather well. It's just Barry Twins, it seems, and Pat. Barry Twins and Pat seem to have burnt through their fuel a little faster than everyone else. Liam Anfield is sitting pretty. He's in a great position, isn't he? Ahead of these guys. It's a long race though. We're only 6 minutes in and anything can happen. Pat in third at the moment with Skyjacker fourth. Homesick Alien in fifth spot. Noxie, I think they're all playing a waiting game, all sitting behind each other, seeing who's going to make that first pit stop. It's going to be Barry Twins for sure. His fuel's flashing already, so he's going to be in, and that's going to leave Liam Anfield high and dry out there on his own. But maybe his tyres will be swift enough to keep him a lovely... Well, he's only 6 seconds now ahead of the rest of the fields, and he's out on his own now as Barry Twins comes into the pits. And then we have Pat, followed by followed by Skyjacker. He's trying to go down the field, and there's Barry Twins just pulling up to his box, and he's getting fueled up. And I think he's leaving the tyres on again. He didn't change his tyres, so he's not got the message yet. He's going for another stint on those tyres, which you just cannot do, I'm afraid to say, Barry. It's wrong. I know you've not really worn them, but that's just the pitfalls of oval racing, I'm afraid, with the rules in the PRC Pacific Rim Championship. Clearly states one stint, and a stint in the Virtual Racers Club is classed as one stop to the next. Liam Anfield then all on his own out there. 6 second lead from Skyjacker. Skyjacker's got a bit more fuel. Homesick Alien's come through though. Homesick Alien coming through, and Skyjacker saying it's your turn to smash a hole in the air. Noxie's right there as well. Noxie on the bumper of Skyjacker. He's a force to be reckoned with in this race. Noxie can't be written off. Bunny there as well. This is a very tight race. Anyone can win this one. Rivixter there in 6th place. There's Barry Twins with that early stop down in 7th. He's kept the same tyres on. So Barry Twins, he's going to end up with the same problem as Rivs is, I'm afraid. And Pat's pitted. He's kept the same, I think, kept the same mediums on, but I don't think it matters with the mediums. It's just the softs and the stints, the super softs, because they are only allowed to use them for one stint. Liam Anfield out there though, 6.8 second lead on Homesick Alien. And let's get on with Noxie. He's in a beautiful position, sitting there under the bumper of the Toyota of Skyjacker. And Homesick Alien just there ahead. Liam Anfield, a good couple of corners. Well, no, a corner ahead. Looking back through the spoiler of Noxie's Lexus, I believe he's in. At Bunny's Toyota. Looks beautiful, man. Behind Bunny, he's got Rivixter, Barry Twins, and Pat all chasing them down. Already making pit stops in this race. Noxie on a quarter of a tank of fuel. And he's doing a super job. Sitting right there under Skyjacker's spoiler at the moment. Let's have a quick fuel check. So yeah, Liam is on fumes as he comes into the pits there. Homesick Alien, just under a quarter of a tank of fuel. With Skyjacker just a little bit less than Homesick Alien. They've all gone past. Noxie stays out as well with Bunny. So these guys still got a lap or two of fuel. Someone in the background though, Rivixter, has gone in. You can keep the mediums on, Rivs, if you wish. And you can reuse the mediums because they are not part of the rules of only one stint, as the softs and the super softs are. Barry Twins then comes through. And he grabs those positions back and gets past Pat. No, Pat's behind him, obviously. Liam comes back out on track behind Barry Twins, who he was behind in that early part of the race. Barry Twins gaining a second on Liam Anfield. Oh no, Liam Anfield's kept the tyres on. Oh, this is disastrous. The rules have been totally misread or misunderstood somewhere. I always get the rules wrong, and even I kind of knew that one. I'm not, you know, I'm not trying to put anyone down, but even I got that rule, and I'm the worst. You listen back to some of the streams and some of the mistakes I make about the rules, but that one, yeah, I think I knew one stint is a stop to a stop, but it'll all get sorted out post-race. What? Oh, poor Liam Anfield. He's in the championship battle as well. He needs the points. And these four all come into the pits at the same time. And this is disastrous, though. Liam Anfield kept that set of tyres on after his pit stop. I mean, there is an appeals court, so you know, they could appeal when they get slapped with their penalties. They can appeal one steward's decision a season, and that appeals court, the appeals room is totally not to do with any of the admin or anything to do with the Virtual Racers Club. They are totally randomly picked members to try and keep it as you know, like they've got no flesh in them, they've got no beef in the market. Doesn't matter what they say. So yeah, but yeah, there's definitely been a misreading of the rules there by Barry Twins, Liam Anfield and Rivixter. Pat up into third now after their pit stops. Homesick Alien looks to have kept the same medium tyres on. Oh no, Bunny's done it as well. He's kept the same softs on. Skyjacker kept the same mediums. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Skyjacker said from stop to stop. And Noxie's gone on to his softs. I think he was on the super softs before that. He's gone on to a new set of softs, and Rivixter has kept the same mediums on, trying to save time in the pit stops. The tyres are still fresh. I understand how they don't want to stop at pit and change them. But I think Skyjacker's thinking with the soft and the super soft, even though they've managed to make them last half a race in earlier rounds, this round in particular, they've got to be very strategic of when they use them, because they can only use them for that 10 laps or so that they've got out there. So yeah, controversy in the round 6 of Pacific Rim Championship. Liam Anfield, Barry Twins, all carrying on with their soft tyre. Homesick Alien, he'll be pleased about that news, unless he makes the same mistake, and it could be all the positions stay the same if everyone makes that same mistake. I am pretty sure I had confirmation from Skyjacker in the stream chat that a stint is stop to stop, and it's a 30-second penalty. So definitely broken the rules. Sorry guys, I don't like to be the bearer of bad news. We are 14 minutes through this race. We've got just under 26 minutes left of racing. Barry Twins leads with a quarter of a tank of fuel, and Liam Anfield in second, just over half a tank of fuel. Pat doing a solid drive, but he's down to a quarter of a tank of fuel in third. Homesick Alien, this is where I think the race resides, with Homesick Alien, Skyjacker, and Bunny. I know Liam Anfield he's going to get a solid place in this, but he's messed up the rules, I'm afraid. He's misread the rules. So even the win here, he's going to get a 30-second penalty, and that, at this point in the race, is right to the back, because Rivixter is only 18 seconds behind the leader. And now Liam Anfield is leading the race. Oh, Liam. Oh, Liam. Oh, Liam. So Pat up into second place, but he needs fuel. He needs fuel like anything, really. The only metaphors I can think are all rude. So, like a prostitute needs a condom. So there goes Pat into the pit lane. I don't know what, I can't remember. The Americans have got some strange pit alley or something like that in it. Pit alley. So Liam Anfield out there leading from Barry Twins. Barry Twins, he'll be needing some juice. Go faster juice soon. He'll need to come in and top up that car. Homesick Alien doing all right, just under 3/4 of a tank of fuel, with Skyjacker following him on 3/4 of a tank of fuel. Bunny's there just behind on 3/4 of a tank of fuel, and Noxie also there, but he's just less than what Homesick Alien's on. So that's third to sixth. Rivixter 3.5 seconds behind those boys, and Pat just pitting, keeping those mediums on again, topping up with fuel and cracking on. Barry Twins is in. Barry Twins is into the pits to top up with some fuel. Liam Anfield making his way around. Homesick Alien, meanwhile, leads the pack of Skyjacker, Bunny, Noxie, and Rivixter. Rivixter's starting to catch up the back of that train. And they make their way around. It's a beautiful sight. See these Group 3 cars. They are beasts. Absolute beasts out there. Going at some heft. And, yeah, we're just under 23 minutes of racing. We're not quite halfway in this race yet. And these really are stringing out their fuel tanks rather well. These four. Liam Anfield, he's down to a quarter, just over, but he's got an 18-second lead on those boys now. That's rather healthy. Barry Twins has come out 8th, 7 tenths behind Pat, so Pat's jumped him in the pits. Pat's managed to jump Barry Twins in the pits, and Barry Twins still keeping those tyres on. Pat chasing the ribs. That's a lovely switch around camera, isn't it? Noxie at the back of this train. Pat 9 seconds behind the Rivixter at the moment. Rivixter only a second and a half behind this train with Noxie, Bunny, Skyjacker and Homesick Alien. These are all just fuel saving at the moment, tyre management, car management. I don't think there's no tyre management, they're not even wearing the tyres out. So they're just a bit of fuel management for these guys. Middle of the race, just trying to not lose time and save fuel. It's tricky, it's like spinning plates. And Liam Anfield out there, he's a quarter of a tank of fuel left. Doing solid 45s each time around. 44 that time around, early 44. But I'm afraid he's carrying a 30-second penalty there. There's no long or short way. You never know though, there could be a committee and lawyers and everything. We could have like the end of a Formula One sort of situation last season, where Liam, Rivixter and Barry Twins joined together to say that the rule was not clear. But at the moment Liam Anfield is 20 seconds in the lead of this race, with Homesick Alien still the leader of this train, from second all the way down to a fifth. No, Noxie, Rivixter's now in the action, sitting on board with the Rivs. As he closes up to Noxie, beautiful sight here, and the Rivs bringing her in. He's thought this is the perfect time for a stop. Liam Anfield will be looking to make a pit stop his next time around. Homesick Alien then will be the leader of the race. He's just under half a tank of fuel, with Skyjacker just a little bit more fuel than Homesick's got. Bunny there, he looks like he's got the most out of the three of them. And Noxie, he's doing all right as well, just under half a tank of fuel. So these four doing a super job as Liam comes into the pits. He's really out of sequence like Barry Twins. Barry Twins moves up ahead of the Rivs while he's in the pit lane. Pat ahead of him on half a tank. Barry Twins just over half a tank. He's closing in on Pat now though. On board with Barry Twins as he sits behind Pat's Corvette. Liam Anfield in the pits. He's coming out behind these guys. I would have been sure he'd come out ahead. So again, no, he is, no, he's behind him. He is behind him, only just though. So Liam Barry Twins absolutely keeping pace with Liam Anfield in this race. And in the next 5 or so minutes, we'll see the rest of the field coming in. Barry Twins on half a tank of fuel. Similar fuel between him and Pat. They seem to be on similar strategies at the moment. Homesick Alien is leading this race from Skyjacker. Bunny in third. Noxie in fourth. And Pat's in fifth. So, oh yeah, we saw Rivixter pits in. Rivixter's behind Liam Anfield, who looks like he's going to just sit behind Barry Twins for a little bit, I think. Safe fuel, possibly not. He's right there. On his rear, he's gone for the side. It looks like he's backing back out of it again, sitting back into the toe. It looks like Liam Anfield doesn't want to hang around, and I do think Barry Twins' tyres are getting a little old. Liam Anfield up into 6th place. It wasn't the neatest overtake I've seen, but the job is done. Liam Anfield now grabbing a tow from the Corvette ahead of him. So what's happening up here? Homesick Alien, quarter of a tank of fuel. Skyjacker, quarter of a tank of fuel. These two are inseparable in this race, as they were at the end of the last race. There's Bunny in third. He's doing better with fuel. He's not making that same fuel mistake as he made in that first half of this race. In the first part of this round, should I say. Noxie doing a great job just hanging on the back of them. And they're 6 seconds ahead of Pat at the moment. Pat's on a quarter of a tank of fuel, so he could be pitting similar time as them ahead of him. Liam Anfield, who's only just pitted, he hasn't changed his tyres again. He's such a naughty boy. And Barry Twins in 7th, and I think these guys will think that they're leading the field when everyone else pits. When will that be? Just 16.5 minutes left of racing here at Blue Moon Bay Speedway for round 6 of the Pacific Rim Championship, and these Group 3 Japanese and American cars are absolutely been delightful to watch. It was some absolutely cracking race. Sorry, I got windy pops. I made dinner tonight. I had we had posh sausages, ones with herbs in, so they're posh. If it's not just a bit of pork, and they got a couple of bits of green in there, then they're posh. So we had some posh sausages, some mash. I made the mash. I'm not bad at mash. I can do mash all right. Mashed potatoes and peas with gravy. And it's repeatable, I'm afraid. I'm trying to chat and I keep getting these sausagey burps. So I apologise if you're hearing it. If you don't hear it, then I'm just told you that I'm burping for no reason. But Homesick Aliens fuel is now flashing in the chat. Mama Homesick saying, come on, Homesick. She's rearing for it. And no, Skyjacker, he was on, I think he was just keeping the toe. I think he was just trying to cling on to the toe as the Homesick Alien came into the pits. But it did look like his intention was to come into the pits and then last minute pull out of them. But I think he was just chasing the slipstream of Homesick Alien for the very last minute. Very daring, because you might get sucked into the pits yourself. But yeah, Skyjacker stays out with Noxie. Noxie as well, staying out, benefiting a great tow from Skyjacker on a car that's very, very low on fuel. They weigh barely nothing as the other guys are in the pits. Liam Anfield's only 5 seconds behind this battle with Barry Twins in tow. Pat's gone. He must have pitted as well. He has. He's just coming out of the pits. Noxie's come in. Skyjacker stayed out. Skyjacker really throwing the strategy to the wind, not conforming with the rest of the pack that he was running with, and he might find he's out of tow. He's out of a tow. If these guys are all out together, there's Bunny. Homesick Aliens shuffled down behind Rivixter. Homesick Aliens put the soft tyre on though. Bunny is on the super soft. That might explain why Bunny has got a jump on the guys. He's gone for the super soft tyre, and Homesick Alien now makes the move on the ribs. No, he doesn't. Yes, he does. And Rivixter down into 6th as Noxie comes back out the pits, and Noxie's behind Homesick Alien. So where will this put Skyjacker? I think the tows having a big deal to do with this. And there is Liam Anfield takes the lead of the race ahead of Barry Twins, who he's towing around, but these two are going to be carrying a 30-second penalty, I believe. Skyjacker into the pits, Bunny on his super soft tyres, making his way around with 13.5 minutes left of this race, and that's still a hell of a lot of laps around here at Blue Moon Bay Speedway. Homesick Alien with his soft tyres, more of a match for Bunny. He's closing in on Bunny now with that tow. Rivixter dropping back in 5th, but he's on some old mediums. Noxie catching him up on a new set of mediums. Pat's there in 8th, and where has Skyjacker come out? He's come out in 5th, ahead of Rivixter and Noxie, and behind Homesick Alien, who's bump drafting Bunny at the moment. Barry Twins has had to come back into the pits. His tyres are absolutely abysmal. So are Liam Anfield's. How are they getting lap times out of those tyres? I do not know. But Liam Anfield staying with those softs. As Barry Twins, he might know he's sticking with them super softs as well. Bunny on his super softs still hasn't taken the lead. Oh, that's because Liam Anfield hasn't pitted yet. But Bunny in 2nd spot, ahead of Homesick Alien. Bunny we saw doing a cracking job, sat behind Homesick Alien and Skyjacker in that train earlier, saving fuel best he can, and he's put the super softs on now, not quite at the end of the race, but he's going for track position, and God, I hope he knows the rules. I hope he knows he's got to change those super softs when he goes to pit, because oh my gosh, it's really made a bit of a hash out there for some of these guys, and their ableness to follow rules. So Homesick Alien now up into second place, made the jump on Bunny, but I think Bunny, well, I don't know, because Bunny's put those super softs on, so you think he'd be wanting to get away from these guys, because they still are to use them. I mean, Homesick Alien's gone for the softs, and he's going for exactly the strategy I thought they would be, is for track position. When they use the softs and the super softs, if they can only use them for that one stint, then they've got to count. They've got to make a big difference from the guys running on mediums, and that is what Skyjacker's still doing on those mediums, but he's managing to stay with Bunny in the tow. With Bunny on them super softs, he should be bolting like Homesick Alien is. But Bunny, I suppose, remembering his fuel woes from the first race, he'll be trying to save a bit of fuel. There's Pat having a respectable race in his Corvette in 5th place, just ahead of the Noxie. Noxie, though, right there in his slipstream. He's gone for a set of medium tyres now. Noxie knows the rules. I'm sorry. It's got sidetracked with these the rules being flaunted so blatantly. So Anoxie sitting in 6th, just behind Pat, using him for a tow. He must know he's got better fuel than Pat. Oh, well, I say that. Pat pitted a lot earlier, but he's on half a tank of fuel. Noxie's on just under 3/4 of a tank of fuel. So he's only a little bit more fuel than Pat. Pat having a fair race, 6 seconds behind Skyjacker, who's now 2 seconds behind Bunny. Bunny is starting to bring those tyres into action. He's just done the fastest lap of the race at 43.3. He's closing in on Homesick Alien, who did a 43.8. He's on those soft tyres. Liam Anfield, meanwhile, though, 18 seconds up the road, but he's low on fuel. But these guys are only on 1/4 of a tank of fuel, so the pit stop's getting closer together. And Homesick Alien seems to be doing the business out there at the moment in his Mazda. Rivixter into the pits again for the Rivs. He's racing mediums. He's doing 46s, 47s. So it is a pit stop that he's probably planned. Probably planned, like I know. Liam Anfield's into the pits, so that will put Homesick Alien into the lead of the race. And we've got just under 9 minutes to go. 9 minutes to go. That's still a hell of a lot of laps around Blue Moon Bay Speedway for round 6 of the Pacific Rim Championship. And wow, what a fantastic oval race we've had here. We've had it all. And Homesick Alien at the moment with Bunny, and Skyjacker dropping 6 seconds back, but Skyjacker, I imagine, not too concerned. He hasn't even used a set of softs or super softs, I don't believe. So maybe he's got 2 stops planned for the rest of this. But we're within 8 minutes, half a tank of fuel. Maybe he's just going to go for 1 set. And there we see Bunny now closed right up to Homesick Alien. And will they work together? Will Bunny give him a little bump draft to push him a little further away from Skyjacker? 7 seconds. And Skyjacker made a mistake here. Should he have gone on to a soft set of tyres? Homesick Alien, he needs a pit stop though. That's it. He's done his fuel. And Bunny's still doing not too bad on fuel. And yeah, Skyjacker doing great on fuel with those medium tyres. He'll be staying out for a few more laps, but he's only going to have enough time to use 1 set of the softs or the super softs. And you imagine he'll go for the super softs. Here comes Homesick, and Bunny is following him in, even though Bunny's got a lap or 2 of fuel still on boards. And And Skyjacker will take the lead of the race. No, he's coming in as well. He's opted to come in. He's going to have a shorter pit stop with more fuel on board. And he's going to put a set of softs or super softs on. So he's going to be very close to those boys. Pat stayed out even though his fuel's flashing. Noxie's out there on just over a quarter of a tank of fuel. Liam Anfield put a brand new set of super softs on. And Liam Anfield is trying to go for the win today. And he's going to be crushed when he gets the news. I don't know who's going to give it to him. Probably me when he watches the stream, if he watches. I think he does, because he sends me messages. It's really sweet. He sends me messages sort of like telling me how much he enjoyed the stream each week, and it's lovely. It really is. It's nice. It's a nice thing to receive. I read it and I get a smirk on my face. He even references something to prove that he's watched it. So I think one of the races he was just miles ahead of everyone, and I said he was contemplating what sandwiches he was going to make for work the next day, and he mentioned that, so he obviously watches. So it's really nice. Now that doesn't mean everyone's got to start sending me messages saying they enjoyed the commentary. It's not what I was hinting at. I was just saying it was pleasant. I'm just saying that it'll probably be the commentary he hears that he's broken the rules, and then I'll get a nasty message saying you're effing joking me. So Noxie in second spot at the moment as they've all pitted. Bunny though looking in the best position with Homesick Alien behind Bunny. Bunny's only gone for a short bit of fuel. When did he pit? He pitted on that 41, but he's using fuel with those super. Oh no, Bunny's kept the super softs on. Is he not? He's kept the super softs on. Bunny also misinterpreting the rules. And I think Homesick Alien's changed his softs to a set of super softs. Oh dear. Skyjacker's got a head. Well, the stewards have got a right headache at the end of this race, sorting through the 30-second penalties. But it looks to me like Bunny was on super softs and he's been into the pits. So Bunny also making the same mistake as many others out there. And my gosh. It's all about detail, boys. It's attention to detail. So Noxie's coming into the pits. Liam Anfield leading the way with just under 5 minutes of racing. Bunny's in second place, but also could be carrying a 30-second penalty. Oh, wow. How far away is 8th place to these guys? 44 seconds, 34 seconds, and 30 seconds. It'll be tight between Barry twins and some of them guys, but they've still got more pit stops to go, I think. Possibly. Liam Anfield, is he going till the end? 4 minutes to go with a quarter of a tank of fuel. I don't think anyone else has managed that yet. So he might be coming in for a splash and a dash. Bunny out there, he's on a quarter of a tank of fuel. Homesick Alien, somewhere between a 3/4 and half a tank on his super soft. Skyjacker on the fight back. He's got about half a tank of fuel. He was tight on fuel at the end of the last race. So, this is tricky, man. Noxie, he's been doing the tyre rule fine. He's going to end up, that's going to be your podium, isn't it? Homesick Alien, Skyjacker and Noxie. With Pat in 4th or something. Interesting. Barry Twins is 6th. He's ahead of Pat, but Barry Twins is going to be carrying a penalty as well. Pat's gone for his super softs. He's only 3 seconds behind Barry Twins with 3 minutes to go. Although I think he's already ahead of Barry Twins. But if he cuts down the time between him and Liam Anfield and Bunny to less than 30 seconds, he'll finish ahead of Liam Anfield, Bunny and Barry Twins. So Pat has got something to really push for at the end of this race. He really does. Well, Liam Anfield, though, Bunny is already sort of over 30 seconds less than 30 seconds ahead of Pat. It's Liam Anfield, really, and I think Liam Anfield will have to pit before the end of the race. It's only just over 2.5 minutes left of racing. This is quite intense. I'm having to add penalties to find out what the real finishing positions are. My word. Bunny's only 3 seconds ahead of Homesick Alien. So Homesick Alien could still fight for that place on track, but I really don't think he needs to, because I think Bunny has used a set of tyres beyond their stint. So I think Homesick Alien has got this win, and Skyjacker is the threat really to Homesick Alien. That's what he should be concentrating on. But I think Skyjacker might be finding fuel a little tight come the end of the race. Homesick Alien still got plenty on board. Liam Anfield has come into the pits, and that is where's that going to put him out? It's going to put him quite a way back, isn't it? Already Bunny's gone through, Homesick Alien and Skyjacker. And here comes Liam Anfield out of the pits now, just in front of Noxie. He's kept the super softs on. I don't know if it's just a 30-second penalty for a breach of the rules, which I think it will be. It's enough to ruin their race, isn't it? They're not going to put like 3 lots of 30-second penalties on their time, because 30 seconds is already going to put them at the back. Because, well, Liam Anfield's 7 seconds behind the leader, and Rivixter 29, so yeah, Liam Anfield definitely will be in 8th. It'll just be a mix-up between Bunny, Liam Anfield, Barry Twins, and Rivixter. Rivixter also did it, didn't he, in the first race? So Bunny's leading this race, but he's got fuel woes. Oh my God, 30 seconds left of racing, and Bunny just doesn't have the fuel. Homesick Alien takes the position, and Bunny's trying to get a tow just to save fuel. But Bunny doesn't know the half of it yet. He doesn't know the half of his woes. Fuel was not his woes today. Tyres were. And there goes Skyjacker through. And Homesick Alien, 10 seconds. He's going to cross the line. He's going to have to do another lap. And is Skyjacker wanting to? He doesn't want to do another lap. He's slowing down. Is it going to work this time? No, he's crossed it. He's got to go again. Another slow lap from Skyjacker. Great stuff. And Liam Anfield finishes in 3rd, but I think he's got a 30-second penalty. Noxie in 4th, because Bunny slowed right down into 5th. Pat comes home in 6th, with Barry Twins in 7th. And the Rivs, he's run out of fuel. He's making his way around in his final lap. Homesick Alien, he virtually had just enough fuel to get around there. I think he's going to run out on that final line. Skyjacker, oh, he's got a long way to go. And Liam Anfield, oh, hang on. Let's get Homesick. He's run out of fuel coming down that final straight. But he takes the win. Well done, Homesick Alien. A great win from Homesick Alien. Skyjacker trawling on home in 2nd, cruising again, showing off. And Liam Anfield, I'm going to say it, take a boo, my son, on your podium, but I do believe you're going to get a 30-second penalty. So Noxie, take your bloody helmet off, lad, and take a boo, my son, because I believe you've got the podium. Sorry, Liam. But yeah, Homesick Alien did it on the day, and there is Skyjacker still racing. Skyjacker still trying to hold on to that 2nd spot. Oh no, Liam's in the chat. Muddy saying, Thingy, do you get penalised for every time you do it, or just the once? I'm not sure. Liam saying, cannot believe I messed my fuel up. Liam saying, what did I do? Oh no. Yeah, oh, Liam, I don't know what to say. I don't want to be the one to tell you, man. The tyres were, the softs and the super softs were only allowed to be used for 1 stint, and in the rules and the regulations, a stint in the VRC is classed from 1 stop to the next pit stop. I'm so sorry, bro. I'm so sorry, but you weren't the only one, man. Half the field made the same mistake, and Skyjacker, I'm sure, is going to have to do a bit of a brief. But at the moment he's too busy driving around the track at 50 miles an hour. And there you go, Skyjacker crosses the line for a super great 2nd place. There you go. Oh, Liam, I'm sorry, man. My heart bled. Pat saying way overfueled for the amount of laps left. And there is a Homesick Alien. He takes the trophy and the reef. And a great job done by the alien there today. And some strong battling. I'm going to take you to the race results, but I'll finish with the chat in the stream. Oh, gosh. So, Mama Homesick saying, hurrah, well done, Homesick, for a great win and following the tyre rules. Dig. Oof. Ouch. Liam saying, okay, oh. And Liam saying, star, 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 star. I think what he's saying is it begins with an F and it ends with a K. Muddy saying, I think you should, because if someone did it once, but someone else did it twice, it would be unfair to the person who did it twice to finish ahead, lol. Skyjacker said, is all there in black and white, even put it in every single brief so far this season. Oh dear. Liam saying, can't believe it. Yeah, I agree. Didn't realise. Bugger. Sorry, Liam, man. It just means that winning this championship from Homesick Alien is going to be that much sweeter, Liam, at the end of it. It's tight. Oh. So, Homesick Alien, he's leading the championship at the moment, and he's done the job today, finishing in first. Liam Anfield got the fastest lap, and Skyjacker says fastest laps do stand. So even though he's going to carry that 30-second penalty, he still gets that fastest lap. I don't know if he gets points for it, but he gets it. Skyjacker comes home in second place. Liam Anfield, at the moment, is on the podium, but pending stewards, I think Noxie will move up into that third place. So, Bunny, he also broke the rules. He'll be going behind Pat, I believe. Barry Twins and Rivixter also falling foul of that tyre rule. And, that's going to be an interesting chat in Discord, I think. Wow, that was fun. That really was fun. I really enjoyed that. So thank you, everyone who took part, and all the other bits and bobs. It's been funny. Oh, dearie me. Oh, Liam's saying they're impossible. It's not impossible, man. Laguna Seca in your little Honda, I think. Destroy it. Oh, Route X might be tricky, though, with the fuel. And that last race, no one knows what it's going to be, and it's usually like double points or something, so you never know. You don't even gain that much pace advantage. No, I know, that's what I mean. The tyres didn't really make that much of a difference. And Skyjacker saying, busy Saturday morning. And Liam doing a smiley face. Right then, yes, so that was Thursday night's entertainment for you guys. That was cracking stuff. Great race. Great race. It was a great race. It was brilliant. Friday evening, we've got the very finale of the WRX Challenge. They're at the Red Bull Ring for three... they're not sprint races. I think it's 2 sprint races and a 30-minute race. So join us tomorrow night live with the WRX Challenge. And then next time you see us will be Tuesday with the Ferraris. And they are racing, I want to say, Dragon's Trail. Ferrari F goes above P. I know my alphabet. So they are at Dragon's Trail. I'm right for a change. I think that's Gardens as well. Really showing off because it is Gardens. So Tuesday night at Dragon's Trail are Gardens for the Ferrari action, and that's your week ahead. And then obviously we're back here on Thursday with the Laguna Seca, which is going to be good fun. Super stuff. One last look at the stream chats. And yes, Skyjack says last race is double points. So yeah, there's still all to play for. Pat saying went longer than anticipated on second stint, I think. Had 10 lap runs sorted towards the end, but my in-race calculations went a bit askew. Barry Twin saying tyre penalties, didn't think about the rules, oh dear. And River Dazzle saying, gonna throw it out there, penalty for not changing tyres but running out of fuel and keeping places because of timed race, not a lap race is okay. Ooh, controversy in the chat. Mama Homesick saying, thanks Thingy, that was great. River Dazzle saying Red Bull would say not all stinks. And Skyjack saying thank you, Thingy. Solid job as ever. My pleasure. I love it. I love it. I could be here all night. Running out of fuel is all right, but not changing your tyres. Oh, right. Let me just sort my iPad out so I can get ready to go. Okay. Thank you, everyone. I was your broadcaster and your commentator, Dixon Yamada. Peace and love, I guess. Peace and love. Peace and love. And tyre changes. Come on. Change those tyres, people. See ya.